at Emily's Papercrafts. I want to show you how to make a really quick and simple car greeting card today. Let's get started. Okay, so this is a very quick and easy little car. It's gonna be like so fast. So we're gonna take one piece of blue paper or whatever color you want for your car and fold over. Does not need to be even. If you'll notice, it goes really skinny to quite fat at the other end. No one is ever going to see, so don't worry about it. This is 12 inches long. I'm going to put a layer of tape right over where that fold is that I just put on there. I've learned it helps keep, it's one of my little secrets. It keeps the paper thinner as you work with it, so there's less bulk on your finished card. Okay. So then we're going to line up our little car shape, and then we just get to start going around with number 1. Then measure it off, cut it off. I like using double-sided tape all the way around it, which means it's always very sticky and it always moves around on me. But I find it's faster and easier than using Scotch tape where I have to cut a gazillion pieces, one for each end of the paper. So for 11 pieces here, I would have to cut a minimum of 22 little pieces of tape. So we're going to start with covering up number 1 right up to that line. It's okay if it's not exactly on the line, as long as we're close. So now a little bit of overhang here with the blue on each side, just to keep it connected to the back side of the card, the cutout. Measure off, put down number 2. If you'll notice, the next time we come around, we actually have an A, and that's going to be to put in a windshield. So we're actually going to use a different piece of paper for number A, just so we get a windshield, because it was going to look a little bit funny without having a windshield at the very least. Kind of thinking about the Cars movie, and they at least have something where their windshields are, so it doesn't look like it's just a solid car. Just 3. Number 4. 4, I don't want you to be worried about, but what about the wheels? We're going to put wheels on at the very, very end. So we're just going to go ahead and cover up all of the wheel well. It's not going to matter. We'll put wheels on at the end. So more tape right over where we were. And now we need to go to A. So we're going to put in our windshield. So I'm using a little piece of white glitter paper. It only takes a little teeny tiny bit because our windshield is so little. So I'm going to go ahead and trim it before I put tape down the center on my fold. A little bit of tape there on the fold just to help hold it flat, especially with the glitter paper because it's a little bit thicker because it's got all that glitter attached to the side of it, just so it'll stay put. So there's our windshield. We can now see out of our car. All right, then we're going to go back to 5. Measure off our little piece of paper. 5, and then 6 is right there. Measuring it off. And then it's already time for more tape. Double-sided sticky tape does not really like sticking to the glitter paper, so be prepared if you try to go over the glitter paper that it's not going to want to go. We are getting down to the center, so our pieces of paper get smaller, smaller and smaller each time around. 7, 8. Then for the center of this one, I decided to do something a little bit different. Rather than just doing a big centerpiece, I wanted to kind of keep the pattern going. So I ended up doing little tiny sort of triangles. You could also decide you want to put in another window right here at number 9, be up here in this corner. Pull out my scissors. So you could put another little window if you wanted, because it didn't really look right to put a window over here. Actually, you know what? will be different with this little car compared to some of the other little ones that I've made as practice. Let's put in another window. So I'm going to use my little leftover scrap for another window here at 9. So I can have like a back side window. And then 2 more little pieces to finish covering it up. So our smallest number is a 10. 10. And then 11. Excellent. So there's our little car. So it's got our windshield and a back window. Looks like it's going places. All right, because it's so sticky on the back, before I put on my wheels, I'm going to go ahead and tape it to my card. It's just the joys of having lots of double-sided sticky tape on the back side of your card. It's just sticky. So then very carefully roll over the entire back of it as much as possible. Just remember to do it gently so you don't accidentally lift up any of your layers, because then that would be sad. You would just have a big, huge paper mess. I decided to put my little car on a map. So it looks like it is off on vacation. So put some sort of a greeting. Can't wait to see you. Road trip. Up to you. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and layer it up to my card. Almost looks like a little Volkswagen Beetle. Okay, so then I have 2 little tiny tires, which I'll need a little bit of liquid glue to put those on. I had a hard time trying to find a circle that was exactly the same size as these wheel wells, and I couldn't find one. So I'm going to have a little bit of blue showing, but that's okay because it's going to look like the fenders. I'm just going to go ahead and be a little bit generous here with my glue, because I know once it tacks and connects to my little wheels, it'll be fine. I was just using plain old Elmer's liquid glue. Nothing fancy. Then we'll put one wheel down, or not. Probably have some residual little tape sticking to me. All right, there's 1 and 2. If you wanted to get fancy, you could color in the bumpers or the grill. I decided the car was so little that at some point I was just fiddling, and it was going to get more frustrating than it was worth, especially for a video, and saying, okay, now do this little tiny detail. So anyway, if you want to add extra little details, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Thanks so much for joining me to make a little bug. I will see you soon. Bye, guys.